Chromebooks are not storage intensive. That's why most of the Chromebooks today have eMMC device. But we are working on new features. For instance, allowing running Android application inside the Chrome OS that will require bigger storage and faster storage. And as I was testing NVMe device comparing with the eMMC device, I don't have to remind anybody that the storage performance both in bandwidth and latency is much better with NVMe. Another thing which is worth considering is that on the client side, the storage utilization can be spiky. So what I did is I was using the data in the field, instantaneous traffic between the host and the storage. When the storage is not idle, which is happened 90% of the time, it happens that sometimes the host is requesting transfer of a lot of data from to the storage. And the interesting point in this graph is you see a hump for the eMMC, indicating that eMMC in the real world have trouble delivering more than 5 megabytes of traffic, more than 5 megabytes per second of traffic. With SATA, it's better, and with NVMe, it's going to be even better. And those graphs are without Android application, which will require more storage. So now we have a case for using NVMe. And one limitation one issue we had in the past is that the NVMe was coming only in M2 connectors, and that's not usable in Chromebooks. We can use that in the Chromebox, where we can replace the M2 SATA with the M2 NVMe on some device, but that's not the case for Chromebox, where the Z-height requirement impose that the package is soldered on the motherboard. So the first package we consider was 16 by 20, but it's still too big. We need something smaller. That's where 11.5 by 13 BGA is the right format from Chromebooks. So the great advantage of this form factor is that it's the same layout. It's compatible with eMMC, so we can design the same motherboard, and we can have either eMMC or NVMe on the motherboard. It can be stuffed one or the other, and that's great for having the same motherboard going from small capacity to large capacity. That's a good transition from eMMC to NVMe. One reservation would be that this BGA, this form factor, are only 2 PCI lanes, so that means only 16 giga transfer per second. But that's good enough in real life for device up to 512 gigabytes of flash. So now, when we look at the flash of the next generation, most likely when we will look at that from Chromebook, we will most likely will have PCIe 4.0 as well, which will bring more bandwidth. Another feature of this layout is the availability of a SPI connection, SPI interface, that's allowed to solder a NOR flash, which is critical for the security model of Chromebooks. But after the packaging, the main issue for NVMe adoption is cost reduction. The Chromebooks have traditionally been a low-end device, and we need to reduce the cost of the NVMe part. So given we are using the same flash, where we can make a saving is on the controller. So the fixed price of the controller has to go down, and one way to achieve that is to reduce the die size and use host memory buffer. So where we remove the memory from the die of the controller. So there is already some patch in the kernel floating around, and we hope that they will be soon integrated. And any other option that can reduce the controller size is welcome. There is some work with OpenChannel SSD where the FTL is moved to the kernel. And another feature which is required, and we talked about it before, was the sanitize feature to be on par with eMMC or SATA. And right now, for NVMe, without sanitize, we are writing zeros, which is not great when we move from user mode to developer mode, and it also takes a long time. So with the availability of namespace, where we can have one namespace for the user and one namespace for the kernel data, the kernel and the root partition, we can sanitize the user partition much faster than what we do today, which we require for Chromebooks with large device. Okay. So in conclusion, we are working in the Chrome OS team for Chromebook with NVMe device, and the new usage model require better device, better than what we have today. And to have NVMe device on more and more Chromebooks, we need to reduce the cost of the controller, the fixed cost of the controller. And so what we can expect is the NVMe device coming on the larger device first, proposed to the OEM as a replacement for SATA SSD in Chromebox, and then later on moving on to replace eMMC up to storage as small as 64 GB.